CBDC stands for Central Bank Digital Currency. It is a currency issued directly by the central banks. It can be done on a wholesale basis, which is to essentially allow the commercial banks to issue it on a retail basis and do the management of it on retail, and then relate back to the central bank, which will be a wholesaler, or it can be done directly by the central bank doing directly a retail CBDC. The challenge with CBDC is it gives the central bankers complete control and the ability to program your money. What it does is it gives them the ability to say what you can use your money for, where you can use your money. It's called programmable money. Some people call it smart contracts. I call it very stupid contracts. But it gives you the ability to issue programmable money and do complete surveillance and control of where and how people use their money. Now, I say that CBDCs are quite dangerous, and they are. However, it's very important to understand that this kind of complete control comes about not through CBDCs, but having an all-digital monetary system. So what we want to stop is an all-digital monetary system, because it is possible to do the equivalent of CBDCs on a private basis. So I can use merchant codes with your bank account and your credit card. I can kick you off your online payment systems if I don't like what you're saying on social media. There are many different ways if we go to an all-digital financial system. We have digitized throughout our economy, so our homes are full of digitized equipment that can be identified and surveilled. Our cars are more and more electric. They can be stopped remotely. The thing to understand is if we go to an all-digital transaction system, financial transaction system, with a digital ID, so I can tell you're you and I'm me with great precision, then suddenly all those different digitized items and equipments and systems snap into one complete control grid. And the key to that snapping into the control grid is the digital ID and the all-digital monetary system. Now, let me tell you what that looks like, because we don't have a financial problem. We have a governance problem. If you do it in a system where a secret governance system that is non-transparent and outside of your control, if that gives them the power to basically turn on and shut off your transactions, we're in a coup d'etat world. By creating an all-digital transaction system with a digitized economy and a digital ID, suddenly the central bankers now control fiscal policy. They can determine where you go, when you go. So let's go back to the pandemic. During the pandemic, if the lockdown said you can't go more than a mile from your home and you can only go that on Tuesday and Thursday, in an all-digitized economy with satellite flying overhead, they can literally track you. And if you don't do what they say, they can turn off your money. Now, what this means is you not only have usurping of the people's representatives, but you have a usurping of the state powers. So under the Constitution, the powers not delegated to the federal government are the reserved to the states. But now the central bankers asserting line of fiscal policy, making the rules and enforcing them centrally, can literally control healthcare or other powers reserved to the states, and by the ability to literally control your financial transactions. The way to make that transition is just say total control. If you don't eat cricket flour and synthetic meat made in a lab, we'll turn off your money. Use cash, encourage the local businesses to use cash, encourage your local banks to support cash. You can always use cash, and you can use checks. Keep the cash and check systems going.
Okay. See? Yep. Let's get it. Right. Look, went straight to it. Wow. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is I'll put it up on my Matazah Lacham backup channel. Okay? This is the only 2 channels I got. This is Baka Yaramana. Yeah, I seen this video. I was like, I had to put some words to it, man. Right? far as that directed energy device they're burning down California with. It was a plan that came out about 6, maybe 7 years ago, back in 2018. Okay, they're just now implementing it. They're using gradualism. So this way, you would not expect it. It would like become unexpected. They put it on television commercials back in 2018, 2019, back in California and all over mainstream media back then, about how they wanted to turn Los Angeles into a smart city. Now they're burning it down and they're going to implement the program. Okay. And he doeth great, Revelation 13:13, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. He did that 2 different times. He's using these directed energy devices, the HARP device, in order to control the weather. Okay, plus in addition to that, okay, because they've weaponized weather as well. Okay, so there's going to be a continual war on the people of America and the different populations of different countries of the world in order to create these large, huge, smart cities. The Sedition Act of 1798 that Donald Trump is going to implement first day he's in is going to take 11 to 21 million unregistered immigrants. They're actually not immigrants. They're actually immigrants. The actual immigrants of America are the so-called white man. These are individuals that are just simply coming back home from where they were sent to during the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, that's the only thing. Okay, but anyway, but they set up unrighteous laws and decrees here to the benefit of white privilege and white supremacy, to the detriment of the indigenous that were already here. Okay, that's the wickedness of these people. Okay, and they're starting to wake up to who they are. They want to apologize. They want to do this, do that. It's not going to happen. But that's beside the point. They also did it in World War II. They burned out Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Okay, bringing fire from heaven down in the sight of men. And they've been holding the world at ransom and extortion. Okay, ever since. Threatening the world, we're going to destroy you. We're going to destroy you, stealing natural resources and setting up puppet leaders in each country that they go to. Right? Verse 14, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Okay, now we all know that the beast is Rome, and the image of the beast is the revival of the Roman Empire. The rebirth of the Roman Empire, the empire of the Edomites, right, during the Renaissance period. Right? Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Okay, now, of course, the image of the beast is the beast system that they've set up already. It's all digital. Okay, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Now, of course, we all know that Rome had the sword, the wound by the sword. Okay, and they fell out of power, and they, for 1,000 years, I think it was from 398 to basically 1492. Okay, they were living in the Caucasus Mountains, right? It's the reason why you call them Caucasians. They had the Bolshevik Revolution. They had all these different type of revolutions where they were basically exterminating each other. Okay, I mean, for years. Okay, no problem. I guess they got sick and tired of that and decided to, it was time for the children of Israel to receive their final punishment. That's the reason why the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai put it in the minds of these devils to come out of the Caucasus Mountains and to take over the world. Okay. At the same time, our people during the Byzantine Empire and the empire of the Moors. Okay, Moors just means it's just a word for black. Okay, the so-called Dark Ages that was ruled over by us, the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, we weren't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. We weren't doing what the Most High had instructed us to do as His chosen people. So, as a final punishment of us, we ran into Black Plague, bubonic plague, typhoid, myriad, mononucleosis, influenza. All of these things, it completely devastated our people. Okay, in the so-called European nations. Okay, Esau came and took over. I mean, there was no resistance. You see what I mean? Okay. Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. This is how they lived. They during the Renaissance period, they came back, right? And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, right? That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, now, since the image of the beast is the beast system, where everything is digitized through central bank digital currency, where the lady had explained of how they want to demonize any movements that you make by not partaking or interacting with the beast system or the image of the beast, right? Where they can cut you off for going a certain distance. They can cut you off, through the central bank digital currencies. The only way that you'll be able to access that central bank digital currency is with the microchip, the radio frequency identification microprocessor, the size of a grain of rice. Okay. Now let me see if I can show you what it looks like. I'm gonna go over here right quick. Let's see if I can find your copy. Okay, here's one. This is what it looks like. Okay, this is what they're going to put it underneath your skin. See, they show you where they put it. See? Okay, it shows you what it does. It takes digital money, your digital ID, your medical records, right? Your digital footprint, your passport, your credit cards. See? That's what the microchip looks like. Okay? That's the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. See? Okay, hold on. Alrighty, you're going to have a choice. You're going to have a choice. This is it, okay? You are going to have a choice. All right, now let's get back. Okay, now how they're going to basically delete you or shut you off from worshiping the image of the beast. To worship the image of the beast means to participate in a cashless society. If you refuse to participate in a cashless society by refusing the device I just showed you, where you can access the central bank digital currency with universal basic income, universal austerity income, universal high income, okay, that has all of your information on it. I just showed you a picture of all the information, all of the money, all the credit, all your passports, all of your medical records, all of that is going to be implanted in this chip with a 3-digit identification barcode system. Why 3 specific digits? Child size stigma. I just showed you a picture, right? Okay, child size stigma, 666. Okay, I'm gonna get back to that. Okay, they'll just shut you off. That's how they do it. They'll starve you to death. You'll be estranged from society. You know, people be looking at you. How come you didn't just take the chip, man? You're gonna starve to death. Blah blah blah. Okay, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive an mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right hand, forehead. Right hand, forehead. Get it? Okay. Okay, hold on. Here's wisdom. Okay, so on. Verse 17, Revelation chapter 13, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. That 3-digit specific identification barcode system. Right? Here is wisdom. Let him that understand and count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. The reason why it's the number of a man, because the man was created on the 6th day. Remember, the Lord rested the Sabbath day, which was the 7th day, and hallowed it. Remember, he rested from all of his works that he had created, right? So man was created on the 6th day. That's the reason why they get it from. That's the reason why it's the number of a man, okay? And his number is 666, okay? Let's go get it, see if I can get it. Okay. Chi, Sty. Okay, let me just do it this way.
Strong's G 5516. Chi, Xi, stigma. Chi, Xi, stigma.
Okay. It's like you. Talking about a mystical number, whatever. Right? Nero Caesar, right? Now, the new Nero Caesar is Donald Trump. They're advocating for burning America, and they're going to blame it on the illegal immigrants. The same thing Nero did when he burned Rome and blamed it on the Christians. And the so-called Christians were blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, but mostly blacks during that time because the blacks were of the southern kingdom of the house of Israel. Okay, see, you have, in order to know the mystery of the Bible, of who the Gentiles are, you have to know the history of the Bible. And Bible is an acronym which stands for Bible, Bible, right? Basic instructions before leaving earth. Okay, real talk. And the basic instructions were for our learning, no one else. Because the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai chose us. The bloodline inheritance of his chosen people go through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It didn't go through Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. Okay? Esau came out red all over like an hairy garment. Thus was his name called Esau, and afterward his brother came out. Why make a description of what Esau looked like and not his brother? Because his brother Jacob looked like everybody else. Esau was the only standout. He was the only white dot on a so-called black piece of paper. Okay? We get it now? Alrighty. So, this child size stigma, that's basically what's going on with that. Hold on. Where was that? Hold on. If I can find it, where was it at? Boom. Stigma. Okay. From pyrestizo, to stick, i.e. to prick. A mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their false gods. Right? Now you have people that are going out and buying, actually purchasing a stick device, a stick program for themselves, and they're actually sticking themselves with the radio frequency identification chip and applying all of their digital money, their paycheck, all of that shit onto their digital ID. They're doing it this themselves. It says who stamped themselves. Who stamped themselves? They're doing it right now. They're doing the same shit right now, man. Okay. To stick, i.e. prick, a mark incised or punched for recognition of ownership. Let's read it again. To stick, i.e. prick, a mark incised or punched for recognition of ownership, i.e. figuratively, scar of service or mark. Okay? See what I mean? Okay. That's crazy, man. But that's what's going on, man. For real. Okay? And that's what this lady was telling you about, man. But this is the end of cash. They can't go anymore. By May the 7th of 2025, 50% of America has to be microprocessed. So they're burning the place down, making more and more homeless people, deliberately and on purpose. They're doing this on purpose. Okay? So this way they could force these people into work brigades. Okay, it's an executive order. I forget the name of the executive order that Donald Trump has the ability to, with a presidential pen, and sign it on paper. Okay, but yeah, he can actually do that. put your ass in a work brigade. To lay you off, where you're fired, whatever. You're not participating in cashless society. Okay? They can put your ass and force you to go to work as a slave. Right? I mean, they can do that. Okay? Uh-oh. Where's that at? Right? Right. Revelation 18, NLT, verse 3. For all the nations have fallen because of the wine of her passionate immorality. The kings of the world have committed adultery with her. Because of her desires for extravagant luxury, the merchants of the world have grown rich. See? Has this not happened? Right? Then I heard another voice calling from heaven, come away from her, my people. Do not partake in her sins. And how you do that is you abstain from being a part of society. It's easier said than done, but with practice, like it tells you in the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11, you will rehearse the righteous acts, which is you rehearse the Sabbath day, based on the new moon. 1 week from the new moon every month, when the new moon fell on that day, 7 days from that date is the Sabbath, right? From sundown from that day to start to sundown the next following day, you don't eat or drink anything. And most of the time, that Sabbath day usually falls during the week where you have to work. So you see, we can't keep the law perfectly, but the Lord wants us to attempt to rehearse. So this way he could see who loves him. And true love is to fear God and keep his commandments. Okay? This is how you show the Lord that you love him. That you would stop and consider what he's saying, what the biblical scriptures are trying to convey unto you. So this way, he could look in your mind and look into your heart and see the sincerity that's there and save you based on that sincerity, man. Because at least you're trying. The grace will cover you, the atonement blood of Yahweh Shai, where you make your mistakes in keeping the law. That's the reason why we can't keep the law perfectly, because the Sabbath day falls on during the day of the week this week or this month, from Monday sundown to Tuesday sundown. Hell, I'm at work. I work second shift. I can't keep the law perfectly, but I want to. So what I do during that time, I don't eat or drink anything. I mean, I go that evening and that next day without eating or drinking anything. And of course I get weak. I drink a bottle of water. But at least I try, man. And the Lord wants you to try, because the entire narrative of the Bible, the children of Israel didn't even want to try. They wanted to be like the heathen nations. And 2/3 of our people right now want to be like the heathen nations. Right? Come away from her, my people. Do not take part in her sins, or you will be punished with her. For her sins are piled as high as heaven, and the Most High remembers her evil deeds. Do to her as she has done unto others. Double her penalty for all her evil deeds. She brewed a cup of terror for others, so brewed twice as much for her. She glorified herself and lived in luxury, so match it now with torment and sorrow. She boasted in her heart, I am a queen on my throne, white privilege, white supremacy. I am no helpless widow. They use their military forces. I'm proud to be an American. We got the greatest military force on earth. Yeah. All that old bullshit, right? And I have no reason to mourn, right? Because they got white privilege, right? They're at the top. Therefore, these plagues will overtake her in a single day. Death and mourning and famine, she will be completely consumed by fire, for the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who judges her, is mighty. Okay? Okay. Now, let's go to the KJV, Revelation 18:11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Because America's on fire, it's burning. It's been turned to burning pitch and fiery brimstone, right? The merchandise of gold and of silver and precious stones and of pearls and of fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet, and all fine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and of iron, and of marble, and of cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. Right? So they got all these things, right? Here in America. Slaves and souls of men, right? Because America is the home of the land of indigenous Holocaust and home of the slaves, right? And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, right? All these things are going to be departed, right? This is the Revelation 18, verse 17. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city, America, what country is like America? How are we going to make it? How are we going to survive now? We can't make money off America anymore. Oh no. Right? What city is like unto this great city? Okay, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein we were all made rich. All had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Right? So, yeah. All because of this. Okay? Real talk. You know, the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah ain't joking. Okay? This is it. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to perceive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell. So you can't participate in the cashless society. You can't worship the image of the beast. You can't participate in the beast system unless you have this mark. See? Okay. That's what they want to do, man. Okay. Let me show you this. Okay. World Economic Forum says C.B.D.Cs, Salakia, must be implanted under your skin if you want to participate in society. Okay. World Economic Forum says C.B.D.Cs must be implanted under your skin if you want to participate in society. C.B.D.Cs must be implanted under your skin. If you want to participate in society. Okay? This is what they want. One world government, one world religion, artificial intelligence to run it all, right? Smart cities, digital currency, central bank digital currency. Only one way to access it, right? Social credit scores. They're going to base everything based on your social credit score, what you do on social media, right? Personalized QR codes for identification, which eventually leads to the mark of the MOTB. 15-minute cities. Okay? 15-minute cities. Food rationing. Lab-grown babies with genetically modified DNA, right? CRISPR babies, right? Transhumanism. A system that leads to complete control of the masses. That's what the woman was just talking about, man. Okay? So, that's basically what they want to do, man. So, I've been on this video too long. Just wanted to tell you. Catherine Austin Fitz is her name. Okay? Okay? She says, we're in it. It's too late. Okay? All praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach. Shalom.